Hello again, today's video is going to be all about numbers, so I'm excited to get into that. It's going to be a bit of a follow-up video from the unboxing of the Dustin base rookies. I did a few videos back, so I'll just be going through how they've been selling, what kind of my financials look like from my cost base, my initial cost I spent on the cards, and then what my returns kind of looking like. I'll also go through what I see in the future for these cards and things that surprised me along the way when trying to sell. But before I get into that, I'm hoping to give away this card and do a bit of a giveaway. This is an 8.5 Dusty base rookie, and thanks for all the new people that have subscribed. Got a few new people recently, so to keep trying to push that, I thought this is another 140 in the base set. So when or if I make it to 140 subscribers, I'd love to give away this card. And I'll pick the winner from the comments of this video. So like I said, when or if I make 140 subscribers, I'll be giving away this card, covering postage, packaging. I'll cover everything. Just comment below and like, subscribe if you want as well to get me to that 140. So into the video now. I'll try and pick up kind of where I left off in the unboxing video, and where I left off was me saying I'm going to post on some Facebook groups to try and sell or trade the cards, and then I'll move on to other platforms like eBay. So I went ahead and did that. I took some photos of the cards and posted them on Facebook groups, and I did not get the reaction I thought. I knew it would be a bit dicey. I even said in the last video, I'd definitely ruffle a few feathers because it hasn't really been done in the AFL world before, card world before. But yeah, I didn't expect such passionate and kind of like negative responses about this card slabbed. So I'll go into that in another video. I think that's a really good talking point, and I can kind of talk about a few things together in a future video, but today is just going to be about the numbers. So I pretty much posted on the Facebook group. It became very obvious early that I wasn't going to make many sales through Facebook, so I thought, well, time to go to eBay. I posted it the next day or the day after, took some nice photos, posted it on eBay, and like I said in my previous video, or like you saw in my previous video, I had 7 CJ10s, 4 9.5s, 13 9s, and 3 8.5s. So I posted all of these with the exception of 110, which I want to keep for my own PC, and that's still the same case. I'm definitely keeping one for my PC. So post them all on eBay. I think I posted the 10s at 120 best offer, the 9.5 at 90 best offer, the 9 at 75 best offer, and the 8.5s at 60 best offer. So just the pricing itself, for some reason I thought it'd be kind of linear, and I don't know why I thought this, because it's not like this in any other card hobby. The 10s are always like 4 to 10 times more expensive than the 9s. So yeah, it was a bit weird. I'm kind of surprised myself that I priced the 10 at 120 and then the 9.5 at 90. Like, it's pretty close together, and it became very obvious straight away that everyone was just interested in the 10s. Like, I got an offer almost immediately for $100, and I thought, well, just to get the ball rolling, I'll take this offer. So I took the offer, and then straight after that, the same dude said, I want to buy all the 10s. And that's kind of when I said, hold on a second, maybe I've priced these a bit wrong. But to be honest, I was still getting a good price, so I ended up selling that guy 5. I've actually made a spreadsheet, which I'll put up now. So you see the 5 first sales of the CJ10s, that's all to the same guy. Paid 100 for 4 of them, and then 110 for the last one. It was more like a bundle deal, to be honest. Although I kind of got the idea that these 10s would be a bit sought after, and I could probably get a slightly higher price if I waited. I had eBay coupons, which I didn't have to pay final value fees, so it was a really good deal for me that way. And also being able to bulk the postage together is nice. So instead of paying like $10 for each to post each card out, I paid 15 or whatever it was to send them all at once, so I saved a bit of money that way as well. So I went to bed pretty happy that night. It was kind of reassuring to know that this experiment might actually work, and that I just didn't throw away $1,000, so that's always nice. But then I woke up in the morning and I thought, yeah, I probably could have got a bit more. So I kept one in the bank, and I put that back up at 170 with the best offer. And once again, that sold pretty quickly. That sold for $140. It's just kind of an offer I can't refuse. I think that's a super strong price. To be honest, I don't think once a few more 10s hit the market, I don't think they'll be hitting that price too often. I think they'll probably settle more about 100 to 120. But I do think there's enough demand to definitely keep this price at least around $100. So that's a really interesting thought for the future. And I've already seen more people trying to buy up these cards on eBay raw. People definitely have to be careful though, because the difference between if you put 20 cards in and you get 15 10s, yeah, you're going to make a mozza, like you're going to have a really good return on investment. But the problem is if you get 9.5s, 9s or 8.5s or even less, then you're really going to struggle because number one, the sales prices aren't that high. But number two, they don't really sell, like there's not as much demand for them, so they're going to sit around for a long time. And you can see this, I've sold 6 CGA 10s, 2 9.5s, and then between the 16 9s and 8.5s I have, I've only sold 1. And they've all been up for the same amount of time. So it just shows the big disparity in demand between the 10s and anything lower. And that's definitely something I underestimated when I first put them up, because like I said, I should have put a much bigger gap between the 10 and then the other grades. So that's kind of something to learn into the future. So what else can I talk about in this spreadsheet? Well, you can see the initial cost was just over $1,000. The sales that I've made so far, $870, and then taking out fees and shipping. I've also put some extras down there on the bottom, minor packaging, that's stuff like bubble wrap. I haven't included that. I don't want to go down to the cent. This is just more to kind of show people a rough estimate, and also time. And number one, that's time, my own time, kind of taking photos, posting it to eBay, and then also mailing it out to people who bought it, and also the time waiting for it to come back from CGA. So I think it took like 2 months or 6 weeks or something. So yeah, it's something to think about whether you want to tie up that kind of money for a couple months, just waiting for it to come back. And the wait times to CGA, I'm sure now, are much worse than when I put mine in. So it may become a real big factor in the future, whether you want to risk kind of this return for tying up your money for 6 months. In the future, I think that's going to become a thing to think about. So you can see my total cash flow at the moment. I'm still down $250, but I have 18 cards remaining. So at the moment, I think it's a big win. I'm keeping that one CGA 10 in my PC, which is why it's in yellow. So I have 17 cards to sell, and pretty much my cost base for those 17 cards is $250. So that's like $10 to $15 each. So I'm very comfortable with that cost base. I think I will make money on this deal. As you can see with the expected, I've done like a low where I think that's my lowest I can kind of make. And this is not including the 10 as well. So I've already taken the 10 out and put it in my PC. I think that's probably the least I'll make. And then the high is 440. That's probably the most I'll make. That's hoping for maybe some direct sales without eBay fees. And if any of you guys want to buy it, like I don't want to push it too hard. I don't want to say, oh, this is the one card to get. Like you already know my views on the best cards of the hobby. I've made videos on it before, but if you just want one of these, get in touch with me through my Instagram or through my email or whatever, and we can do a deal. I think at the moment I'm comfortable selling the 9s for $50 shipped. 8.5, I actually don't know, just get in touch. And then yeah, 9.5s I'll do like $70 shipped as well. So the final takeaway from this spreadsheet, the expected return on investment is 35%, which is really strong. I think if you put $1,000 into something and then you get $350 back profit, I think that's a really good return, especially for the fact that I've got another PC card. So I think it's just a huge win. My personal goal when I first did this was to break even and have a 10 for my PC. So it looks like I'm going to be able to achieve that and also get a bit on top. Like it's not huge money, and I might even make a further video kind of breaking down what other people might be expecting return-wise if they try a similar thing. But yeah, I think if you're buying the cards for like $30, $40 raw now, then you're taking a huge risk, because if they come back any less than a 10, you're probably going to lose money. But if they all come back 10s, then you're going to make money. So it just depends what your risk appetite is and how confident you are in the cards you have being of high grade. On the other hand, if you have lots of these cards sitting in your PC, or you know someone who's willing to sell them for $1 to $5 because they think it's worth nothing, it's just base and no one should care about it, then I'd be scooping those up. Like if I see them out for $5 raw, I'll be still looking for them. I won't be doing this again because I think it's a huge advantage I had of being first to market. So, and that's not to be understated. Once more of these hit the market, the prices will drop off. They'll drop off a bit, but I don't think they're going to tank or anything, especially the 10s. I think the demand's high enough that it's going to stick around that $100 to $120 mark. So in summary, at the moment, it looks like it's going to be a success, but there's still a ways to go. Like I said, I'm still $250 down cash-wise. So yeah, but I feel like I've learnt lots of things along the way as well. Lots of important things with the kind of the 10 premium. That's something I'll definitely take away. Also things I'll go through in that next video, where I think it's good to be ahead of the market or think differently than other people. Because if you think the same way as any other people, you're never going to be first to market. It really pays to have kind of forward-thinking ideas and have a bit of foresight. So those are probably the takeaways from this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed a bit of a financial breakdown, and remember to comment if you're interested in picking up this card, the 8.5. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next video. Cheers.